Hi, everybody. Maria here from True Love Knots. I'm just getting onto Facebook now and we're getting ready to set up. And I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had a wedding to do tonight and I'm so excited to be here with you on Monday night, October 19th, right? And let me tell you, this has been a very interesting year, hasn't it? It's been a very, very interesting year for everybody. I just want to make sure we are perfect. I think we're live right now. Let me get back over to Zoom. So, I want to hear how everybody is doing because tonight I have a really interesting topic. The other day, I was chatting with my daughter, Marlo, and my daughter is in her middle 30s. She works in social work and she has three children. She just had a baby. And amidst of all COVID and everything else, she says, Mom, my group, they came together and they were talking about how they're fatigued and how they have burnout. And, it's been really difficult. And I started thinking, and she told me to listen to a new podcast that Brene Brown came out with. She talks about burnout. So I listened to that podcast and it was really very, very valuable. And I want to share some of that tonight because, first of all, I think that when you are a little younger and you're raising a family, you definitely seem to have a lot more fatigue and burnout. And as we get older, so us older folks, as I call us older, more mature, no, we just mature through life, but we have a tendency of handling things a little differently because we've been through all the drama in our life. Now, some of us have. There are some people that are older and they just, they immerse themselves in the drama. But, let's face it, in today's world, we have a myriad of things going on. And what we're facing, this social crisis, right? We have a health crisis. And also economically, there's a lot of people struggling, combined with what's going on in the political world. No matter what side you're on, this happens to be a time where people, their emotions, they're heightened. They're heightened because of everything going on. Maybe you are also a parent that's staying at home and also because of your work, maybe no work, maybe you are handling the children that are going to school and they're on Zoom, most of them. Maybe you're doing the hybrid thing, but even though you're concerned because your child might be out at school and you're concerned about your child getting COVID if they are, there's so many things going on right now in the world. And, when I had Marlo, I had pressure too. I was involved in the rent-a-car industry. I owned a company. I was responsible. But gosh, we have a myriad of things that are happening. And I wanted to share with you tonight on what you can do when you go through burnout. And what you're probably saying, what does this have to do with dating and relationships? So let me tell you something. You need to be the best version in order for you to serve anybody in your life and yourself. You need to be the best version of you. And that's why you need to make sure that you're nourishing yourself. That's the key thing. And I'm going to give you some great tips that I'm going to share with you that you can use. Maybe you are using some of these tips, but it's important. And let me tell you, it's important that you take the time and de-stress no matter how hectic of a day. Now, I do want to share something with you with what's going on in the world, especially with children now at home and they're having to take their schooling online. And some of us parents are tearing our hair out. Most of that is falling on the women that are home. Now, guys, I know you're all thinking, oh my God, I help out too. This is just a study that I heard, okay? So don't shoot the messenger, but there are a lot more women that are struggling with having burnout because they have a lot more responsibilities that they're shouldering. So if you agree with me, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. If you disagree with me, I like to hear from you too. But what's important is there are a few things that you can do. When you recognize that you have burnout, you have fatigue. When you have fatigue, what happens is your body breaks down. You have all these emotions inside of you. And what can occur is you can get sick. And right now, you don't need to get sick, right? You need to take care of yourself. So you need to recognize that there are times, and you need to do this maybe every day, maybe every other day, but whatever works for you. One of the great things you can do for yourself when you have burnout is go for a walk, go for a run, do some exercise. Now, I know some of you are saying, but Maria, I don't have the time. You need to make the time. You need, even if it's walking, it doesn't matter. If it's only walking for 5 minutes, it's okay. Give me 5 minutes, and that will help you. That is one way that you can go through that de-stressing yourself. And that's important. Okay, because you don't want to get to where you're really burned out. When you get to a point where you're really fatigued, really burned out, you're just not thinking. You're not thinking straight. You're not doing yourself good. You're not doing your body good. And most of all, you're not doing anybody else good around you. So if you have a bit of a routine, maybe it's 25 push-ups, whatever it is, maybe it's sit-ups, maybe it's leg lifts, whatever it is, take 5 minutes. Okay, and especially if you are working from home, you have the kids, let's say on Zoom, take a few minutes during that time. It doesn't have to be in the morning or evening, and do some quick exercise. Exercise will help you because exercise is going to do a couple of things. It's going to release those great endorphins inside you. Yep. It's going to make you feel good. Another thing you can do is breathing. Breathing is the best way to relax the body, especially if you've got a lot of things going on and you want to scream. Just take a moment and breathe in and count to 8. Breathe in for 8, hold your breath for a moment, breathe out for 8. And then do that for 7, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing is one of the best things that you can do for your body, because what breathing will do is going to calm the body down. The same way, believe it or not, going back to the exercise brings you up and brings you back down. That's exactly right. So if you can incorporate the exercise and the breathing, that's going to be another great way to de-stress. And then another thing you can do is sometimes you just need to clear your mind, whether you want to meditate, whether you want to pray, whether you want to go pick your nose, it doesn't matter. That is another way also of decompressing. Now, some of you might feel you need to have the alcohol to do that. And again, that's totally up to you, but the alcohol is not necessarily going to help you. If anything, you might feel calm at the moment, or even maybe you smoke marijuana, whatever it is, you might feel calm for a while, but you really need to think about de-stressing. And the way to do that is, again, exercise. Very simple. It doesn't take much. Breathing and praying. You really need something. This is what I say. Get a piece of chocolate, your favorite chocolate, a piece of candy. Halloween's around the corner. Take one of those small, miniature pieces of candy and pop it in your mouth. And just breathe as you're doing that. And just relish how good it feels. And then maybe you do a bunch of sit-ups or some push-ups so you can get all 3 in. And that's a great way to decompress. But another way too is you also need to have your family. Your family, you have to love on each other. And sleep is such a vital, important part of being able to give the best of yourself. And you need at least 7 to 9 hours a night of sleep. So if you're a young mom out there right now and you have a young one at home, you need to definitely get the rest of your family to start helping you. That's right. The rest of your family. And if you're a single parent, try to have a friend or somebody that can help you, because you need to get a good night's sleep. And maybe you're not able to get that every night. You should try most nights. That's important. Get your family, you all have to come together. Now's the time to love me on some family. That's right. Love on your family. And your family needs to come together to make sure that you're talking out how you feel. Because if you're frustrated and you feel burnout, you don't think your children feel the burnout as well, your partner, people around you, and even your pets, believe it or not, your pets will feel your stress. Sometimes they'll even have an accident in the house as well, and you'll wonder what's going on. And that's because of all the tension that's building. So the best thing you can do is before you get to that boiling level, okay, so that way you can have a good relationship, is make sure you think of exercising, breathing, maybe a little praying, right? And getting a good night's sleep. And this will help you whether you're married, whether you're single, or you're looking to date, because then that way you'll have more clarity. When you have more clarity, you're able to make better decisions. And that's the key thing, is you want to be able to make the better decisions, the good decisions for you and all of those around you that you love. So tonight, I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on how it's important to love on yourself, to get your family involved, making sure that all of you don't have burnout, because that's very important. And take these few tips, utilize them. I want to hear from you. Next week, I have a special treat for you. I have a guest coming on. He's a dear friend of mine and a well-known photographer here in Las Vegas. His name is David Orloff. And David is going to talk about how you can take great pictures, and also about the importance of having professional shots done, not just in your personal life, but also in your professional life, and also in your relationships, and also capturing those event moments where you look back and you smile when you have a great picture. So next week, I'll be coming to you at 8 o'clock. I apologize for being a little late tonight. And remember, take the time to make sure you're de-stressing, because you don't want burnout, because you're not going to be good to yourself, to your body, and those around you. Take a few minutes. What I'm going to do after I get off is I'm going to get myself a candy bar. So have a great evening, everybody. My love to all of you, and stay safe, stay healthy, and continue to spread love. Good night.